up together. Welcome in, everybody. Attention, please. It is Devon's table, and we, oh my gosh, Sylvia Gagnier, and of course my little sister Faith Ford.
Hey.
Here for a visit and in for, we had her at pumpkin cheesecake, but not just any pumpkin cheesecake.
This is a Kahlua pumpkin cheesecake.
Go ahead on.
So I think a lot of people get really afraid of making cheesecake. They think it's going to be so difficult and they just so many steps and all those things, and this is actually super simple. And if you scoot on over to greendoorgourmet.com, you'll find the recipe, the step-by-step to do this. For the sake of television, and we know you don't have all day to wait on a cheesecake to bake, we're just going to show you some of the tips and tricks to do it, and then you can grab the recipe from online. Does that
that's
sound good?
perfect. greendoorgourmet.com. And now let's get into this luscious cheesecake. First of all, describe what this pan is.
So this is called a spring form pan. It's called a spring form pan because guess what? It has a spring.
Yes.
And it makes a form. Spring form pan. Remarkable, huh? Pretty cool that I knew that, huh?
I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, there you
Pretty
go.
awesome.
I have two of those two sizes.
You do? Mm-hmm. And what's really fun is that a lot of people think I don't have the right size pan. If you don't have the right size pan for what the recipe calls for, but you have one that's close, if it's a little bit deeper, then just adjust your cooking time by a little bit. Because it's thicker, it'll take a few minutes longer to cook. If it's a little bit bigger, it's going to take a few minutes less to cook. So just adjust the time, but you can still use a similar type of springform pan. As you can see, these are similar in size, but one is dark and one is light. When you're baking, if you're going to use one that is dark, you might want to put some foil over it before it's all the way done because dark holds in heat more than the light one does. And so this will get done on the outside a little faster than the one in the silver one. So a couple of tricks for what you have. If you have one and you're like, I'm not sure if I have it sealed up properly, you can just make a little ring of foil on the bottom and that'll help hold everything in too. So, you know, that gives you a little bit of that. So that's your information about springform pans. One of the best things about this cheesecake is it uses cottage cheese as as regular cream cheese.
Why?
Don't skimp and get the low-fat kind.
No.
Use the real deal.
Fat means something.
In baking, it absolutely does.
It really does.
So it calls for 3 rounds of cream cheese here. They're the standard 8-ounce block. You want to make sure it's room temperature. You just take that, you're going to dump that into your mixing bowl along with all the other ingredients at the very beginning and let it go. While that is whipping away, you're going to take your graham crackers. Some people like cinnamon graham crackers. If that makes you happy, use cinnamon graham crackers. If it floats your boat, make it so. If you like pecans, the recipe does call for toasted pecans. But if you don't want nuts, if you got enough nuts in your life,
who doesn't like a nut or a pecan?
Then you can use all graham crackers. So just double the graham crackers instead of the amount of the nuts.
I'm your girl.
Okay, so
I'm a nut girl.
There you go.
Part squirrel, part girl.
All right.
There you go.
And then that goes in the bottom. It's great. Pop it in the freezer just while you're whipping all this up. So it's not hours in the freezer or whatever else. Just long enough helps it set, get the butter really cold so it stays firm. Okay?
And use real butter. Use real butter.
And baking for sure.
Yeah.
No parquet.
No parquet.
Not for baking.
And you can't believe it's not butter. Yes, you can.
Now, would ginger snaps work as a crust?
Yes.
They would?
If you want to like really rock your socks off there with that ginger flavor.
Spicy.
It's going to be a little bit more sharp, but it'd be really nice.
Yeah, especially the holidays.
Yes. But you got to pulverize your graham crackers.
I know.
And so sometimes ginger snaps are a little bit harder. So remember, if you're using a mallet, don't just hit the mallet on the countertop. Make sure you put a cutting board down because you can crack your countertop.
That's right.
So I usually put things in a Ziploc bag and just really just walk around, take all my frustrations out, crunch them up.
What about a food processor?
You can use a food processor too, but that's kind of like wasting one more thing you got to wash.
Oh, okay.
The Ziploc bag, it's one and done.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, if I only make one cheesecake every 5 years or so, It's not a big deal.
We're going to change that. You're going to be making this cheesecake, a lot.
Okay.
Okay?
I look forward to it.
Everything goes in, 8 ounces of the cottage cheese, you got your cream cheese, you got your list of spices. It's going to go in. We've had this crust in the freezer. It bakes for about 40-45 minutes. This cake is going to jiggle even when it's done.
Really?
So it's like your favorite person dancing. We're going to jiggle just a
Gonna
little,
jiggle,
and it's going to be great. And so it's going to be set when you take it out after 45 minutes and just let it rest. Let it sit on the counter or pop it in the refrigerator.
Is this one of those kind that you tell, don't go jumping around the kitchen because you'll make the cake fall?
It's going to puff up in the oven anyway. It doesn't matter. It is sort of like a souffle. It is eventually going to slump down anyway, but it has a topping, and the topping hides everything.
The topping.
It is like the Spanx of cheesecakes. It hides everything.
I love it.
So even if it cracks, even if you have issue, you make the topping. That goes on after it's cooled, and it looks fantastic, and it gives that little bit of extra something to it because you make it with sour cream. So again, a little bit of that resonance of that. And then if you really want to get wild and crazy, nutmeg. And you don't get the kind that has already been done. If you've never gotten real nutmeg before, it makes all the difference in the world in the flavor. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take this out and then we're going to decorate it with a little bit of fresh grated nutmeg. Does that make sense?
I did not. I've never seen nutmeg on the hoof before. This is like totally
On
new
the
to me.
hoof?
Yeah, that's as a nut form. I've just seen it in the little shakers. So
Why did I not ever know that? What on the hoof? That's a thing? Is that a
Well,
thing?
it's really it's a cow thing, but we're talking about a nut.
It's not a nutmeg thing. It's a cow thing.
It's a cow thing.
All right.
But
It's
you know
not
what?
actually on the hoof.
She's a farm person. She's a farm girl. So everything relates somewhere. It's like me with Gunsmoke. Everything can trail back to that.
Everything comes back to Gunsmoke for her, to the farm with me, and to the nutmeg with Sylvia.
Absolutely. Okay, when we're getting ready to put this out on the stand, you want to not use a plate that is like this. Why?
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 Well, it's not level.
Exactly. You don't want
well, that part, yeah.
exactly. So make sure you have a flat surface, not just whatever plate you're pulling out there.
Well, also, it's flat. I mean, you just don't have that. I mean,
You want
I
it
think
completely-
a presentation.
Well, of course you want it to be beautiful.
Yeah.
And so you get out your mama's and your grandmama's best cake
That's
stand
right.
and make it look really pretty. All right, so let's move this out of the way.
Gotcha.
And let's put you to work there, girl.
I like that.
All right, so
Makes me
our
feel-
spring form pan,
Yeah.
we're gonna spring. If it's sticking to the side a little bit, that's why you have your spatula handy.
And
just
you
kinda
call
go
this
around
an
it.
offset spatula.
Well, this is actually not an offset. If it was offset, it would be just kind of off just a little bit.
Okay.
So I was looking for the offset, but it was not to be found.
Okay.
It just
So
has a
we're
little
using a
thing
regular
that kind of
one.
stands up just a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. All right. So here
And
we go.
I'll take that
People
part.
call the rubber scrapers spatulas. They're not.
No.
The spatula is actually metal,
Excuse
but the
me.
rubber.
Oh,
Gotta lick
I'm
that.
gonna have to fix this right here.
There you go. There you go. And when you go to greendoor.com, you'll find a great recipe like this. It'll make it super easy for you to find. And
Oh my
make it,
goodness!
Oh
this
my
is
goodness!
Just fantastic.
All right, now we got to get this puppy off the spring form bottom.
Now that's the part I go, how are you doing that?
We're just gonna not be afraid of it. Looky there.
Don't be
Put that
afraid.
right in there.
Be
okay?
not afraid.
And then we're just gonna move it around a little bit.
Don't be
I'm
afraid.
totally afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
See, it's loosening up already. See how it's starting to come up a little bit?
You have not had as many food catastrophes as me. Well, you might have. That's why you know how to do this now.
But you see,
you've
she's-
done a lot more cooking than I have.
Look, you don't. She
So-
just went for it. You know, you do that with
So
your
if
animals.
you have a food catastrophe with this, it makes a fantastic pumpkin trifle.
Oh,
Just layer it with some whipped cream, build it up.
Oh, what a
As long as
great
you drop it
idea.
on a clean counter, you're still safe.
Okay.
Okay?
I love that.
So there we go. I think I've got it pretty well loosened except for this last corner right here. All right, now the piece de resistance. You got me speaking French today.
oh, there you go.
Here we
Well,
go.
I'm
All right.
glad I can do that.
Here we go.
Ooh,
right
yes.
underneath.
Honey,
Voila.
honey, honey.
Oh, that looks so good.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And thank you.
I'm
Thanks for the
helpful.
little boost. And now, since she's never done this, here you go. You're going to take this. This is the sharp side. Be careful. Hold it over the cake. I know we're going to eat the crust
just
right
gonna
here.
sit here and eat it.
And then just kind of shake it around a little bit.
Oh my gosh, that smell, that
that
aroma is amazing.
And if you don't have
Oh
nutmeg,
yes, it's good.
you don't want to do
We
that.
need smell television.
You can shake a little
Smell-o-vision.
cinnamon if you don't like nutmeg.
Smell-o-vision. Why don't we have smell-o-vision and taste-o-vision?
I don't know, but
Maybe that wouldn't be good. You know what I'm saying?
we just eat all
Is
the
that good?
time.
No, we just don't sometimes
all
want
right.
to smell or
The crust
see.
is pretty darn good on its own, but do you think we should actually eat
Yes!
some of this?
Yes.
Okay.
I've
You
been
know
waiting.
what? We're going to have a little bite. We're going to see a few more stories, and then we'll meet you on the end of the show and do the taste test with you. Be right back.
Hey everybody, I'm Pat Clucci. I'm the winemaker for Amber Falls Winery, and I'm going to talk about our dry reds, which are unfiltered. We don't filter any of our dry reds, and the reason for that is that when you filter, you take out color, you take out flavors, and what we try to accomplish is to maximize the flavors and the color that the grape has provided us. And that's it. Okay, the reason that, as I said, the reason you don't filter, you don't want to strip out colors or flavors. So what we do is we rack, which is, racking is when you take off the clarified wine. So there's a racking valve on the tanks, which is up, maybe 18 inches from the bottom of the tank. You hook up to that, you pump off of that, the clarified wine into another tank, off of the solids. You may do it 3 times, you may do it 4 times, till the wine is actually clarified. And then from that point, it goes to the bottle, or to the barrel, whichever you want. Okay, now we'll talk about the fact that our dry reds are unfiltered, and this is right here is how we unfilter our wine. So, for anybody that's watching this video, I'd like to invite you to come out to Amber Falls and try some of those palate-pleasing dry red wines.
Bling just might be my middle name. Devon Bling O'Day. We're here with the Rebel Poppy, and I love the name of your store. Where did you get it?
It's Poppy Simpson is my name, so I am Poppy. I am supposed to be redheaded, but it didn't happen. But yes, I make leather, cork, wood, and acrylic earrings. So they're lightweight, although they might be a little big and a little glittery, but they're lightweight and hypoallergenic. So you can wear them all day, no worries.
I love that. And they're very, very, very cool. I love all the Western themes and the fun holiday themes. Where did you come from?
South Carolina, from Lancaster, South Carolina. So it was an 8-hour drive. Not too bad. Not too bad. We didn't mind. We've never been to Nashville and we love it. So we'll be back next year.
RebelPoppyVintage.com is the website. And so you can get all these goodies, all earrings, $10, buy 2 pair, get a pair free. That's fantastic. What made you start making jewelry? What was your deal?
Just needed something that I could wear all day that wasn't heavy. My ears are very sensitive. So I was having a hard time finding some that I could wear without irritating. And I just did my research and started making my own.
When did you start the business?
It started back in 2020. Started picking up about then. So this is my second year, and I keep going. So.
You know, there were a lot of people who in 2020 took life into their own hands and started doing their own thing. They go, look, I've got some time. I'm at home. I'm going to start a new business and a new craft and a new thing. And did you find your passion with the earrings?
I did, just because I needed it out of necessity for my ears, and I know other people have sensitive ears too. And it's just fun. I meet people, made lots of vendor friends, so I just love doing the outside events.
Thank you so much. Now remember, it's rebelpoppyvintage.com. You can follow them on Facebook, and you can follow them just by going to the website and order there.
Thank you.
Hi there! In this video, we're going to talk about Japanese maples, a popular species of tree known for their delicate leaves and stunning fall colors. First, let's talk about where Japanese maples come from. These trees are native to Japan, where they grow in a variety of environments. From mountain forests to gardens and temples, they were first introduced to the Western world in the 1800s. And since then, they've become a favorite among gardeners and landscapers. One of the most striking things about Japanese maples is their beautiful foliage. The leaves of these trees are typically small and delicate, with lacy and feathery appearance. They come in a range of colors, from vibrant green in the spring and summer to fiery red and orange in the fall. In addition to their attractive leaves, Japanese maples are known for their unique growth habit. Unlike many other trees, which have a single trunk, Japanese maples often have multiple branches that grow outwards from the base of the tree. This gives them a distinctive, umbrella-like shape that makes them a popular choice for gardens and landscapes. When it comes to caring for your Japanese maple, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, these trees are best suited to cooler climates. So if you live in a hot, dry area, you may want to consider planting your Japanese maple in a shady spot. They also prefer well-drained soil, so make sure to avoid planting them in areas that are prone to standing water. Another important consideration is pruning. Japanese maples can be prone to getting overgrown, so it's important to prune them regularly to maintain their shape and size. This can be done in the spring after the tree has finished flowering, or in the fall after the leaves have fallen. In conclusion, Japanese maples are a beautiful and unique addition to any garden or landscape. With their delicate leaves and stunning fall colors, they are sure to add interest and beauty to your outdoor space. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you enjoyed this video. We'll be back with more gardening tips and information in the future. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching and happy gardening.
This holiday season, the Kellys have a lot of choices. Perfectly slow-smoked honey-baked ham, tender turkey breast, and delicious sides. Or Kelly-baked. A honey-baked ham, or Kelly-baked. Honey-baked turkey, or Kelly-baked. Honey-baked sides, or Kelly-baked. Honey-baked, Kelly-baked. Honey-baked, Kelly-baked. Honey-baked, Kelly-baked. Nobody wants their holidays Kelly-baked, not even the Kellys. Make your holidays golden, only from the Honey Baked Ham Company.
Tennessee Barn Doors, we specialize in making interior and exterior rolling barn doors. We make a real statement. Most doors you don't notice other than an entry door. Most doors kind of tend to disappear into the home. Ours are exactly opposite. They make your home decor jump. People are desiring these because it's not just functional, it's a piece of artwork that they're putting on their wall. We tend to have a lot of freedom and a lot of trust from our clients to build it the way we think looks best, and we've never missed yet. We're always finding little ways to improve them and make them better and better, and we don't do mass production. Every door is custom, both in size and style and color. We actually give the whole project to one of the team members, and he or she builds the door from start to finish. We've done all sorts of different variations. It's somewhat whatever the client can dream up, we typically can build. And I love what I do because we see the satisfaction of our client's face every day.
My life has been agriculture for, I guess, my entire life. I'm a veterinarian. I was in livestock practice for over 20 years. My family's in the dairy business, and currently we're on this family farm that I'm blessed to live on. Well, the Hatchers have been in the dairy business for, gosh, I guess at least 6 generations now, maybe 7. I spent the summers with my grandfather. Those were the best times of my life, spending the time on the dairy farm. And my family wanted to carry on that tradition that my grandfather and his forefathers started. So today I have my grandson, who is actually 6th generation hatcher to live on this farm. And all of us have a key role in agriculture. My daughter manages the veterinary practice that's on the farm. My son is currently FFA advisor and ag teacher at Page High School. My wife is bookkeeper and major check writer and keeps the whole thing going, as well as my brother Jim is the processor of the dairy products and bottles of milk. You know, government can't solve all the problems, but we can facilitate and create an environment that's good for ag business and good for forestry businesses. Try to be reasonable on our regulations, and also at the same time have that right balance of customer service. Anybody that's a farmer or rancher or a forester knows that you have to work hard. I've told my staff I want the employees to work as hard, be as efficient as and productive as farmers and foresters that we serve. You know, speaking of that, I have stepped away from the management of Hatcher Family Dairy, and the rest of the family has stepped up. And as long as I'm in this role, I'm going to give 100% of my efforts to being commissioner. We've got priorities that we're looking at. I've rolled those out to the department, but I'm seeking their feedback to look at those priorities and see what's the best way, if people have ideas on how we can implement those. And we're going to have an open suggestion box for all Tennesseans to submit agriculture ideas on our website soon. I think true, real rural economic development is in agriculture and in forestry, and that's what we're looking for. There's this great optimism and enthusiasm about the future. We've got a governor that's hugely supportive of agriculture. He understands and appreciates agriculture, so that optimism is spread.
Well, y'all know I have been a judge at the Southern Gentleman Beard and Mustache Competition for about 6 or 7 years, raising money for our veterans. Beards are a culture, and we are here with Beards and Riffs, and we're going to find out a little bit about something for the man on your list. Hi, guys. Tell me who you are, where you guys came in from.
Hey, how are you? I'm Wayne Wilson, came in from Southern Illinois.
Nathan Winfield from Springfield, Missouri.
You guys are definitely into the beard culture. What is the whole thing about beards now? I mean, it's not like you just shave or use a trimmer anymore. There's a lot to it.
That's right. We say beard is a lifestyle, right? We love to have beards, and we're kind of, should we use the word bougie?
Yeah, a little
right.
bit
If you're
bougie.
going to have one, it has to look good, and there's great products out there. But we weren't satisfied with what we were finding, so we said, hey, let's make our own, and everything we do is all natural, and it's been a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. you see a lot of beards out there, and there's some really great ones. There's some that need some help, and we're bringing education to guys who have beards that maybe don't know I need to be putting something in there, or you see 1,000 different products out there, and they don't know how to use it. So we're kind of filling that gap and providing a good product with the education on how to create and groom and maintain a good beard. So it's we're really having a good time doing it.
Absolutely, and everything we do is all natural, and we're music guys. So we were trying to decide, hey, how do we blend music and beards together? So that's what we came up with.
When you say a culture, I was in a conversation with William Lee Golden from the Oak Ridge Boys, and he was talking to the guys from Duck Dynasty, and they were comparing conditioners and how they take care of their beards. They blow dry beard just like people blow dry hair.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I tell you what, having a good beard conditioner and a good high oil content beard conditioner is, I think, the foundation of beard care. If you're going to have a beard of any length, it really starts in the shower, that process, and keeping it clean from product, and keeping it hydrated and treating your skin right with a good conditioning wash is step one. And so that's
absolutely. And one of the things we always joke too, we say, us guys that have the platinum hairs, right? It was very important to us to have a good oil-based, clear oils that didn't cause any discoloration. And so we feel like we've come up with a great product, and the feedback we've got's been phenomenal, and we just have a blast at events. One of the things we've always loved, we met on a cruise ship 7 years ago, became best friends. And we just love to travel and meet people all over the country, and we love the vendor events. What a great way to take your product to the masses and just meet cool folks all over the U.S.
It's always a special time in Nashville too. For us, it's the blending together of beards and music, and when you're in the music capital of the world, it's just a special vibe. So we always enjoy our time here in Nashville. Absolutely. For sure.
Now, I've got to talk about scents, because that's very important, because a guy is not going to wear a girly scent, and it can't be overwhelming because it's right under your nose. So what do you do about scents and unscented?
Well, everything we do is scented, but we're cologne wearers, right? And so we didn't want a beard oil scent that was going to compete with our cologne. So everything that we have, it will stay in your beard. It's long lasting, but it's to kind of play along with your cologne. So it's not overpowering, but it's definitely strong enough to stay in your beard all day long, and that's really what we wanted.
So we do one called Anthem. That's our signature blend. It's teak wood, bay rum, sweet tobacco, very popular. We do one called Rhythm, leather oak, sweet tobacco, and then we do one called Octave. That's clove, vanilla, and bourbon. So we kind of cover all the senses for whatever somebody likes, because at the end of the day, somebody's going to find something they like at our booth, or that seems to be the case.
Absolutely.
Well, the biggest question I have: how do the ladies love it?
No, they absolutely love it. When it comes to smell, it's really about what the ladies like. So for all the guys out there that are buying products, incorporate your wife into the scent selection, because if she doesn't like it, you're probably not going to wear it as often. But if she loves your scent, then you're more apt to.
That's right. We say it's 90-10, right? It's 90% what she likes and 10% what we like. Absolutely. Right.
Oh my gosh, that is just great. Beardsandriffs.com. Check them out. And I'm sure they Facebook.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram.
I can't wait to follow them on TikTok. Can you imagine what they're going to have on TikTok? Beards and Riffs, you guys. Check it out.
I'm morbidly obese, and it's either I make the change or I'm dead. I don't like to say it that way, but it's the truth. It's either this or I'm not here. When I was younger, I really never had an issue with weight because I was out playing. I was your standard kid, Now, my mom died when I was 15 going on 16, so she died from cancer. It was hard. I spent the last 3 years of her life taking care of her the way she took care of me. And that was it for me. I broke. I was on my own for the longest time. And then I met Audra, my wife, and we created our family, and for us, family is everything. but it changes everything about your life to be this size. Just the energy to get up and be alive was too much. I just didn't have it. It meant that there were a lot of times where I would see the disappointment in their faces. And it was just a lot of time lost. A lot of bonding that I can never get back, but that I can hopefully find going forward. I knew I needed to make this change, and I need to get in shape, and I need to get healthy. And I knew that with COVID, without a treadmill here, that I wasn't going to do it. So I reached out to Planet Fitness, and I said, hey, do you guys have an old piece of equipment, an old treadmill, just taking up space, gathering dust in a warehouse somewhere that I could get for cheap? I'm broke. The treadmills that support me are expensive. What have you got? I didn't expect much, honestly. But a couple of weeks later, I woke up to an email from Planet Fitness. It was just, we read your story, we were inspired, and we want to do you one better. We want to give you one of our commercial treadmills. They brought in their own installers, installed it in my house for me. They even installed an outlet for it, a dedicated outlet for it. They did everything, and it shows 100% just how much they care, even about a guy, just one random guy who just wants to get in shape. And then they told me I get to meet Teddy Savage, and they told me I've got a gym membership now, that they're gonna prop me up with that. They even got my family a gym membership to make sure that I had my family backing me.
I thought Jim was courageous because he was vulnerable enough to say, I need help. And anybody else out there that needs help can understand that you're not alone. And Planet Fitness is here for people like Jim. Now, Jim specifically in his weight loss journey made me excited because I knew he would be able to achieve it. He just needed the confidence. And Planet Fitness was there to give him that confidence to take one step. We not only did that, but we went to him and made it as easy and as convenient as possible.
I've got my plan. Eat less, move more, love as much as I can with my family. That's my plan, and I can stick to that. And a lot of it comes down to the help and support and the backing that Planet Fitness has shown me. They made this possible, and the stumbling blocks haven't all been removed, but now they're no longer walls in front of me. I can actually start climbing over them. It just starts with that single step.
Any design that the Nashville Zoo does, first and foremost, we sit down as a group and decide we're going to make it the absolute best we can within our resources. And I think because we have so much internal talent here, that we're able to build some of the best exhibits in the country.
We always try and find something unique here at the Nashville Zoo to offer the community. We're always looking for something that is a little bit different, an experience that maybe they wouldn't get anywhere else. When you come to the zoo, we hope that you forget that you are in the Nashville city. We hope that you feel like you've entered another world.
I think when people hear Chinese lantern, they don't fully understand what that means, as did I. I didn't know what it meant.
We wanted something unique, and so we were approached by Zigong Lantern Company to do this lantern event, and we said if we're going to do it, we want it to be the largest in the country. We want it to be something that is bigger, bolder, better than anything anybody else has done.
And they said if you really want to see what it's about, you should come to Zigong, China, which has the largest Chinese lantern festival in the world. And so I did. So I took a week off in March and I went there and I was blown away. Over 3 million people traveled to Zigong to see this. Some of these lanterns are hundreds of feet long, and 30 and 40 and 50 feet tall. I was overwhelmed by the magnitude of this, by the intricacy, by the artwork, by the culture. It's deeply embedded into the Chinese culture. So I came back and met with my team and said, this is it.
Zillumination is a unique holiday event where we are lighting up the zoo at night with over 500 lanterns. There are many different aspects to it. So there's a holiday portion of the event, there's also traditional Chinese lanterns, and then there's the animal lanterns as well.
This is totally different, totally unique. We can tie in the Chinese culture, we can tie in our animals. The animals that they do, which is part of their culture as well, are so anatomically perfect. I was just amazed. So I think it's a great fit for us. And our goal is that this is our winter event every year.
Nestled in Nashville along the Cumberland River, Green Door Gourmet is a 350-acre organic farm, agritourism operation, and on-farm store. Green Door Gourmet grows a wide variety of fruits, flowers, vegetables, and herbs using holistic organic methods, providing our customers, including local restaurants and florists, with the absolute best direct from the field produce. Enjoy seasonal cut farm flower bouquets all summer long with our Green Door Gourmet Flower CSA. Farm field trips are offered March through October, as well as seasonal cooking classes and on-farm events such as our annual Fall Fest. Our on-farm store features Green Door Gourmet produce as well as products from our farm partners, the area's best local producers, including grass-fed meats, honey, jam, dairy, baked goods, and much more. Our local farm box program allows customers to take home a box with a variety of produce options based on what is growing at Green Door Gourmet. Join us in the spring for the You Pick Strawberry season. Our Countrypolitan White Oak Community Center is the perfect setting for weddings, meetings, farm-to-table and corporate events, and social occasions. Come visit Green Door Gourmet, just minutes from downtown Nashville.
Ready for the end of the show? We have been waiting to taste this with you guys. Remember, greendoorgourmet.com has the recipe for the Kahlua pumpkin cheesecake. It's delicious, and a lot more recipes to boot. And there's a reason. This woman is an award-winning dessert chef. Sylvia
I love
Gaynor.
sweets.
Oh, and you know how to do them well.
I think that's why I like y'all. I like sweet things.
Oh, that's sweet.
see?
That's nice.
All right, let's cut this thing. Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay.
I cannot wait.
Woohoo! Big piece, little piece.
Whatever you feel like you want to give. I can share. I mean, you don't have to give me all.
Okay.
She's like
fine.
the whole thing.
To take one piece out for you, and then I'll take the rest, right? Okay. Here we go.
There you go.
Voila.
Yeah.
There
We can just
go.
taste from that one. We can just taste from that one because, you know, we got people coming over.
Oh,
we got
wait,
people
we
coming.
gotta be ready.
Here you go. Here you go.
One for you.
There's yours.
Okay.
Remember, if you're looking for a blessing, you gotta first be one.
Oh, this is so good.
Yo.
This is slap your
GreenDoorGourmet.com.
mama good.
Nutmeg made it. Good job.
It was the nutmeg.
and everything else.
Yum.